The 2024 offseason just started, but the Thunder have already made their intentions known that they are out to win the 2025 World Championship in the NBA by trading Josh Giddey for all defensive player Alex Caruso. And this trade is the first of the offseason. I would expect a lot more, even another one from the Thunder coming on draft night, as there have been rumors and speculations as well that the Thunder will either trade away their pick, trade up or down, or even trade for another player from a different team as well to add on to what they already have going on. But we're here to break down what is going on with this Alex Caruso, Josh Giddey trade, because honestly, I see it as a win-win on both sides. But first, let's go ahead and get into where this news is coming from. And as you guys all know, it's a Woj bomb, all right? The first of many this offseason, which when I got the notification, all right, and saw this, I was in shock. I wasn't expecting it to already start 2 days after the finals. 2 days, all right? Teams haven't even had a time to process what all happened in this NBA season, but yet Sam Presti is such a genius that he already concocted this trade, and this is where it came from. The Chicago Bulls are trading two-time all-defensive guard Alex Caruso to the Oklahoma City Thunder for guard Josh Giddey, sources tell ESPN. And so, personally, like I said, I think it's a win-win, all right? How I look at it, we add Alex Caruso, who is a two-time all-defensive player. He's one of the top perimeter defenders in the league, and when you pair him with some of the guys that we already have on this team that we're going to talk about in this ESPN article, also going over the trade, pair him with that, a more reliable scoring option than Josh Giddey was. But, however, I do think the Chicago Bulls also won this trade. Like I said, win-win, because they get their point guard of the future, because as we know, Lonzo Ball is not really going to be this guy that everyone really is hoping he would turn out to be with all these injuries he's dealing with. Josh Giddey is healthy. All right, he played 80 games this year. He's started every single game of his career besides one. And I'm going to be honest, he does have all-star potential. He does. He is a guy that has potential to average a triple-double, scoring 15, 16 points a game. He can do that. He proved it in his sophomore season. It's just he wasn't really getting the time to shine and prove what kind of player he was in OKC. And the article kind of talks about that as we go ahead and dive into what they had to say here. The Bulls have been determined to find a playmaker to replace Lonzo Ball, and Giddey, 21, comes with all-star potential that would be unlikely to be realized with the Thunder because of the playmaking star power that surrounded him. Point guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was the MVP runner-up this past season, and there is an expectation that the franchise wants to give 7-footer Chet Holmgren even more playmaking duties. Giddey was a number 6 pick in the 2021 NBA draft and developed into one of the league's most creative young playmakers. The Bulls will offer him an opportunity to have the ball in his hands and more freedom to pass and score. They needed an engine for their offense, and they land that with Giddey. Now going into the next part of the article here, Caruso shot 41% on three-pointers and ranked 4th in steals in the NBA last season. So like I said there, all right, great defensive player. And also when you look at the three-point shooting, adding that onto a team where we are already the best three-point shooting team in the league, that is insane. He was second in defensive half-court matchups against 2024 NBA All-Star players, trailing only his new Thunder teammate, Luguentz Dort. According to ESPN Stats and Info, Caruso's addition gives the Thunder 3 of the best on-ball defenders among league guards: Caruso, Dort, and Cason Wallace. Caruso will be eligible for a 4-year, $80 million contract extension 6 months from the date of this trade. He is entering the final year of his contract. The Thunder made the deal with hopes of keeping Caruso as an integral part of their team for the long term, sources said. So that is what really, really stands out to me right there, is that we traded for Caruso because we want him to be part of this team for the next 4 years as well. Re-sign him to a team-friendly deal that allows us to keep our 3 main guys in Shai, Dub, and Chet. Keep those 3 main guys. And also, if we are winning, I am sure there are some guys on this team that will be willing to take a pay cut, especially a guy like Alex Caruso, who's reaching the tail end of his career, all right? He's starting to exit out of his prime. He's still a good player, really great role player as well. And with how the offseason can shape out, he might be the 6th man for our team, and that gives us a definitive 6th man coming off the bench for us, who can also have the potential of winning 6th man of the year. We're slowly building a super team here in OKC. That is what's going on. That's what this trade is doing. It's setting us up for the long run. And I could see us keeping him on this team. Because in that article, what I didn't include there is they kind of compared it to what the Warriors did for Iguodala back in 2013 when they acquired him. Sure, he was 30 years old back then, and entering the tail end of his career, not really the player he once was. However, it ended up working for the Warriors because they won a few rings out of it. That's what happened. And he played a good and integral part of those championships. He did. And Alex Caruso can do the same exact thing for us. And what kind of proves it is the stats. When we go and look at the stats here that I'm pulling up right now, he is a solid role player. He is. 10 points a game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, a block a game, almost 2 steals a game, under 2 turnovers, 2.5 fouls per game. He's an aggressive guy. We knew that already. 46% from the field, 40%, 41% from behind the three-point line. 6'5", 30 years old. So yes, he is a smaller guy. He is a guard. I know we need big men. You don't got to tell me that in the comments. I know we need big men, all right? That is something we desperately need. That is something we can also get in free agency or the draft. That's something. There are plenty of guys out there that we can add on this team in the draft or free agency, big man wise. All right, we can even add 2 if we want. Anyway, some interesting stats about his 3-ball here. 40% on corner threes, 89% of his threes are assisted, and 61 of all of his shots are 3-balls. So he likes to shoot the 3-ball, which is kind of fine. That's what the NBA is all about this year. And when you look at his 3-point percentage there, 41%, I will live with that if a majority of his shots are 3-balls, making 4 out of 10 of them each time, compared to Giddey's, what was probably 2 out of 10. It is an upgrade, I believe, in all in all aspects of what's going on. Because we already had a ton of playmakers on the team. We did with Shai. Dubs even turned into a little bit more of a playmaker there. Chet is going to apparently take on more playmaking responsibilities at the 5, which is interesting to me. That is something I would like to see because he is great with the ball in his hands. He truly is. And he has good passing ability as well. It's just we had so many playmakers on that team. Josh Giddey didn't really have the time to shine because he wasn't the main playmaker or ball handler on the team. He wasn't this guy that was kind of taking the ball up the court, and that's what he needed. That is truly what Josh Giddey needed, and that's why he needed to get out of OKC. Not because we didn't want him. I am sure there are a ton of Thunder fans, including myself, that are upset that he's leaving because he was one of the fan favorites. He was. It's just a matter of the fact, if we wanted to win a ring, we knew this was coming. We knew this had to happen. We knew we needed to package him in a trade and get someone that would absolutely help us win a ring. I believe Alex Caruso can do that. I think he can. His contract, all right, if we re-sign him, which it's looking like we'll possibly do, extend him to a 4-year, $80 million deal, I believe we can get that down to like a 4-year, $70 million deal. I think we could. I think we can kind of do that with him. But the good thing now is having him on our team, we can go into the second apron tax if we have to keep our guys. That allows us to also keep Dub and Chet because, realistically, $20 million a year, salary cap is going to keep on raising each year with all these major contracts coming out there, especially if Shai's, who has the potential to be the highest paid player in the NBA. It's still going to allow us to re-sign some of our guys, even going into the second apron tax. It allows us to keep our core components of our team. That is going to be the reason we win. Potentially, not just 1. I could see us winning 2 somewhere, all right, in this 3 to 4 year span. I can see that because this team has that potential. We are slowly building a super team here in OKC that is going to compete with the Celtics and also take them down in 2025. I thoroughly believe that because this isn't the only move that the Thunder are going to make this offseason. This is what's so special about this trade. It's not the fact that we got an all-defensive player. It's the fact that this just kickstarted the entire offseason, and it shows, man, the Thunder, Sam Presti, that whole organization, they're not taking any chances. They know the window opens up right now, and we are out there for blood and to win it all. That is what this trade signifies. This is what it signifies, and that we're going to go out there, sign someone in free agency, draft someone that's going to help us out on the team, and potentially make another trade where we give up a ton of our draft picks. This is what it signifies. Not that, we just got an upgrade. It signifies that we are here for business. We're not here to mess around, and we're going to go and try to get 65 wins next season and win the 2025 NBA championship. That's what this trade tells me. That's all I got for this video. Let me know what you guys think, what you guys would grade the trade. What would you guys have rather seen with the Bulls? There's something else. Or go ahead and let me know what else you guys think is going to happen this offseason with the Thunder, a move that you guys really want to see. And we'll see you guys in the next video.